In the last video, there's a brief discussion about HIPAA compliance. Now, let's discuss about HIPAA compliance checklist. When it comes to the HIPAA compliance checklist for IT, that can vary depending on organization size, complexity, and processes. There's no magic bullet checklist, but here are best practices to guide your IT department toward HIPAA compliance. Identify all relevant international, federal, and state regulations impacting your organization. Enforce a password policy requiring unique, complex passwords for each account. Where feasible, bolster security with multi-factor authentication, MFA. Automate security monitoring and reporting as much as possible to streamline user compliance management and threat detection. Regularly test your incident response and disaster recovery plans for various scenarios. Train your team members on their roles during these events. Fortify system integrity by separating your infrastructure into a data layer and a system layer. This can help isolate and contain attacks. Consider implementing data encryption or blockchain technologies to prevent unauthorized data modification and support compliance with HIPAA integrity requirements. Develop processes for remotely shutting down compromised accounts if credentials are breached. Map your data flows, including those with business associates. This streamlines risk assessments, helps you identify threats to HIPAA more efficiently, and simplifies compliance efforts. Recognize that users have varying levels of security awareness and susceptibility to cyber attacks. Identify areas for improvement and implement training programs to strengthen overall cyber defenses. HIPAA compliance violations. The Department of Health and Human Services, HHS, considers the level of fault when imposing fines for HIPAA violations. There are 4 categories, each with a range of penalties. For penalty Tier 1, if level of culpability is unknown and the minimum penalty per violation is $137, maximum penalty per violation is $68,928 and annual penalty limit is $2,067,813. For penalty Tier 2, if level of culpability is reasonable cause, then the minimum penalty per violation is $1,379, maximum penalty per violation is $68,928 and annual penalty limit is $2,067,813. For penalty Tier 3, if level of culpability is willful neglect, corrected, then the minimum penalty per violation is $13,785, maximum penalty per violation is $68,928 and annual penalty limit, $2,067,813. For penalty Tier 4, if level of culpability is willful neglect, uncorrected, then the minimum penalty per violation is $68,928, maximum penalty per violation is $2,067,813 and annual penalty limit, $2,067,813. How to prevent HIPAA violations. Don't share passwords. Secure your devices. Use secure communication. Dispose of PHI properly. Access PHI only when needed. This was all about HIPAA compliance. Do not forget to subscribe and comment down below what you like the video. And if you need healthcare compliance services, don't hesitate to reach out to us at Mindbowser. We've got you covered.